Hey guys, welcome back to my craft room and back to day number 9 of our crafty Christmas. So today's gift idea is actually one of my favorite things to create, and that is just kind of a layered canvas. Or this one is a little bit more of a collage. It doesn't have as many layers as I normally do. It's more just one solid layer and then a few pop-ups. A little less intricate than what we would normally do. Well, some other projects I've done in the past. So this one is very good for, time sensitive, but still very cool and to have on your wall. So all I did was take some books I found at Goodwill, and mine ended up being 50 cents each, and I was able to, I'd probably be able to get 2 canvases out of 1 book maybe, and that does depend on your canvas size. Mine are the long skinny ones. I thought those would be really cool to hang on your wall. And the themes that I did this time were Batman and the Justice League. But of course, you can match your theme to whatever you want to gift to someone. So maybe princesses. I'd love to do maybe an Ariel one. Oh, that'd be so cute. Also, well, just about anything. Butterflies. As long as you can find the images to glue down, or even you could do die cuts. We've done that before. We've done even stamped images before. If you want to see more kind of canvases like this, then you can just go and look through my videos and you can find quite a few of them because I just enjoy doing these so much. They just turn out so cool all the time, and they're all a little different, and I think that's what makes them really unique. But what I had planned is to do a kind of light up situation like the bear canvas we just did for the camping collaboration, or no, it was Into the Woods. Yeah, I think that's what it was called. And I did the fairy lights for the stars. I really kind of wanted to incorporate those into another canvas, but not make it so difficult. I just kind of wanted them to be simply lit up. So instead of actually poking holes and things into this one, all I did was just put them around the edges. And I think that turned out so cool. And it's a lot less work, a lot less poking, and oh my word. Although this one has a lot less layers than the the camping one. So I think it would have probably worked a little bit better, but then again, I kind of want to do very, not like fast, but projects that I don't really have to spend too much time on, that are going to really reflect what I think the person will like. And I think this one is going to really give more options. And then also, if the fairy lights aren't working, like maybe the battery runs out after a while, then they can just, not have them on, and it can just be a piece of artwork. And that's always a good option. That way you don't have to replace the fairy lights if they die. You can just keep them there and have it as the normal artwork. I think that this kind of artwork is awesome for any person you're going to give this to, male, female, teenager, even child, and even grown adults. I think these would work out very nicely for them. They could always put it in there. Well, I don't know if I would recommend the bathroom because of the steam, but they could if they really wanted to. You could also put it in your office. It'd be really good if you have your own business. You could have, kind of match to their theme of their business and have it kind of match with that so that they can hang it up in their business, and it would be really cool. And then also, like I said, you could do, so many other themes that it really matches just about anyone. And plus, I'm gonna, try to get you to do one of these eventually because I just love making them. So here's another attempt at me trying to make you do one. Or at least, just finding another excuse to make one. So all I did was take those book pages and I kind of tried to find the ones with more color and more of the images rather than the words, because that's not really what I was going for this time. I really wanted the images. Eventually I might try to make one with all the words. It might look cool. I don't know. I think it would be like, how would you decorate that up? But yeah. So I really tried to pick out the really cool images to go along with it. And then it was really cool because in the front of the book, they always have, well, mostly, they always have a little, kind of like a title or just kind of the logo where you can cut that out. And I put it on a piece of blue cardstock and then put it on with some foam tape just so it was a little raised and it's not, so much blended into the background. It gives it a nice little pop and it gives it a little extra, fun. It's not just a collage, if that makes sense. So what I do to actually adhere the papers is I just do a glue and water mixture. You could also use Mod Podge, very easy to just go out and get the bottle. And then I just use a little bit of water to wet my brush. I use a kind of brush that I don't really care if it gets ruined because it is glue. I don't want to use anything that I really care about. And also it's very messy, so I would recommend maybe even putting some newspapers down. I had a paper towel next to me the whole time and a bucket of water just so I could clean off my hands, because when you are pushing your papers down, you have to make sure that you don't have very many creases, there's no air pockets, and then also if you're going to wrap it around the side, which you don't have to, but I thought it would look really cool. If you're wrapping around the edges, then you're going to have to smear it with your hands because the brush alone is not going to give it enough force to really wrap around and stick. You have to use your hands. Put a little glue on your hands sometimes and make sure to put a layer of glue onto your actual canvas occasionally because sometimes the paper just won't stick. At least that's what I found. I don't know if it's just how my canvas was treated or not. It's just sometimes I have to do that to make sure it stays. I do have a layer of glue on the back side, and then I flip it over and put it where I want it to go, and then I do another layer of the Mod Podge or glue mixture. And that's what's going to seal it in very nicely. It's not going to move, it's not going to give you as many air pockets, and that's kind of the ultimate goal, so that you can't really tell the difference between the canvas and the papers. So I think that's really cool how that ends up working, which is why I decided not to have the images just cut off from the canvas. I debated doing some ribbon around the edges, but I decided it wouldn't look too good, especially because I don't have a ribbon that really matches the width of the canvas side. So I thought just putting the fairy lights around it will cover enough of the imperfections, and then also having just the images themselves wrap around it. I thought it would be really enough to still make it look okay. Because most of the time I'm not a huge fan of just the white canvas on the sides. I do like to either paint it or put something around it like twine I've done before. I think we've done ribbon before. Yeah, on the Halloween canvas, I think we did ribbon. So it just kind of depends on what your style you're looking to go for, and also if you really want to take the time to do that, and the materials. Because if you're really trying to make a bunch for a bunch of people, then it's okay to kind of skip that part because it's not necessary. I think it looks good on its own without the ribbon around it. But I do recommend doing a hanger, either a metal hook, or I do the ribbon hanging from either side of the canvas, and then you can put it in the nail or the knob, whatever the person is going to put it on, they can use the ribbon, or they can just put the canvas on the nail or whatever is sticking out from the wall, or even on like a, oh, what is it called? I have one right behind the computer, but I don't remember. It's like the frame, but it's not like what you would stick your plates on, your decorative plates. Just a holder, I guess. I can't remember what it's called. But the fairy lights are very simple, just hot glued. And then I also hot glued the actual little mechanism down just to make sure it's a little extra secure. But I think that's all I've got for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that it really inspires you to make one, because I just love them so much. And I hope you're having a crazy day. Good crazy, not bad crazy. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys!